Well, that's where sometimes I ought to prepare better. That's life. Whatever. But one thing I do know is I've got plenty of charge on my phone, so I'm not too worried about having any issues with that. Another thing I know is that the kids are playing, at least one of them is playing some online video games, and sometimes that jacks with my signal, but I guess we shall have to see how that goes. But that looks pretty good. Okay, how about turn this light on too? And there you go. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Heck yeah, buddy. I'm going to make an owl out of one of these two pieces. I could do it in this one. It's got cracks in it. But I mean, all in all, that wouldn't look bad. I mean, still, if you put your little owl face on the side or whatever. But I got this one piece here that I think that looked pretty good. Just got to chip off some of the pieces of it. So I'm going to start with this one. And I actually got 3 pieces pulled up here. So it's just going to kind of depend on how fast all this goes, how much I do. But okay, let me get rid of that bottle real quick. Yeah. Okie doke. Had to have my beer for the day. I've carved all kinds of crap with chainsaw today. I did an eagle. Eagles are pretty complicated and take a lot of time. So I did a pretty good sized eagle. And I did a bear, a little bear, standing bear, kind of realistic looking bear cub, and raccoon. I did a raccoon. I know Heidi would be happy to see that. So I'm checking this out to see what's fragile. And whatever's fragile, I want to get rid of it now, if I can. That said, it sounds pretty tough so far. Yeah. Not too bad. But you got to do that with cottonwood bark. I mean, it's going to have layers that are pretty thin. But this section right through here, where I'm thinking of making this thing, is pretty stout, actually. I think it probably, if I did a left-sided, or, you know, facing from it'd be the right side of the owl. I think if I went on this side, it's going to make more sense. So try to dig out this little bit of this that I can. And he'll be like he's in a nuke. He's in a nuke. Anyway, dig him out. How about this here? Let this come out before we get started. And no, it's all pretty hard. Sometimes you get that. I mean, a lot of times this stuff's fragile. This isn't, and I can tell you right now, this isn't either. Like, this would be a good piece also to make like trout with or something like that. And I've actually, for no bigger than these are, I mean, you know, you guys have seen me make trout. They're about that size. I've been selling them things. I mean, I've made a couple of them and been able to sell them. Okay, let me get my dust collector going, and we will get going with this. Okay, turn this thing off. It's gas. You gotta crank it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Hey, wish everything. That is the one advantage of well, electric tools. I'm kind of anti-electric, honestly. I like the gas tools. I don't know. Your power's there all the time, and maybe that don't make any sense. Maybe it does. I don't know. But that said, I'm glad my dust collector is electric. You know, I ain't really got time to sit there and wait for that thing. All right, so trying to get an idea. I'm just trying to get an idea. Okay, I got an idea. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna start out with one of these. No, I'll go ahead and start with this heavy KUTZALL burr on this thing here that I ain't never fixed. You guys be sure to hit the like button, and let's see if we can make a mess. Make a nice woody, dusty mess here. I gotta get a mask on though. Take off the work gloves, right? We'll start by working this down. I'll start by plugging it in. I think that would probably be a wise choice, don't you guys think? Then we can also zoom it in a little bit. It's gonna be in the middle. marking in there. It can't hurt. You know, there's nothing wrong with drawing it out. You know, it's not that I couldn't do it in my head, but and you couldn't do it in your head, but it always just seems like it comes out better if you do a little, at least do a little bit of drawing. What you want. And it don't, you don't have to stick with it. I don't have to stick with it. I'm no expert. There's just certain aspects of owl carving too that remember, like a great horned owl, you know, certain things about him, like having like a hairy tuft right through here, and some of the stuff that goes with it. That kind of gives me an idea. And the wings, same thing with the wings. I want some belly, and I want some wings. I also want the tail and the feet don't want to be just here inside of the nut, so it's not important that that be there. And I don't know why I would draw the eyes. That's totally just mine, because I'm going to dig that out anyway. But that said, let's do a little digging around the edges, and then we'll probably switch over to the Dremel. Is it in the camera pretty good? Yeah, that's not bad. Here, I'll zoom in a little more. VEVOR for now until it gets warm. I'll keep using it, but I'm going to go with now let's see here, I'm just making up my mind what I want to use. I think I'm going to use that one. Okay, yeah, I never have fixed this thing, you know, and that's okay. It's working. I mean, I don't really care. What are we up to? 23 likes. Don't be stingy. Hit the like button if you had a heart at all. Even if you don't like it. I mean, like it. How about that? Why would I like something I don't like? Well, I mean, you know, why ask why, right? Okay, good. not too bad. Face out. I'm just not sure how this is translating. It's looking pretty cool. Not too bad, not too good. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks better on camera. I think it's actually easier to see. I think I might sound strange. So how's that head look on there? Looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty easy to see what you're looking at. Let's go ahead and give him some eyes just to, you know, kind of emphasize this. We'll give him some eyes and 2 stages. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll go with 1 big one. I don't want to get too complicated as small as this is. We'll probably better play it safe and go with this one, which is pretty good size, really. Anyway, so let's change that out to that bird, or put this one up here. But pretty exciting stuff going on at the Bear and the Boss Lady compound. We just found out this evening, literally seen the email and replied to it about 10 minutes before I come out here to do this tonight, that we got accepted to do another show in the middle of November. So pretty excited about that. Michael West, super fan, he's coming to see me the first weekend of November. Pretty excited about that. Got a lot going on. giving it the eyes. It looks really cool. I wonder if I could zoom in just a little more. Yeah, because it's a small piece. I mean, that's a really small piece, but it's really cool. Pretty cool to look at. But that's it. If you haven't hit the like button already, be sure and hit the like button. Check this out. We're having a good time. I mean, we're in here, we're entertaining you. I could be sitting in a bean chair, eating a bag of Fritos, drinking beer naked, but I chose to come out here and entertain you guys. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that do happen to be in a bean chair right now, eating some Fritos and naked, congratulations. I want to say I'm jealous. Okay, so the next thing down, you got this like little tuft area. So where it's just like over covered feathers, into your chest feathers, and then this covers your wings. And so I'm going to try to work that out and around the chest. And it's a little rough right here, but we'll work with it. We'll see how it chips out and kind of play with it. Pretty cool stuff. Bark is really crowded. Here's also very fun to bark. Sometimes you put a lot of work in the piece, and then a piece of it break off, and you're like, damn it, wasted all that time. Not really. Just stop, reset, and go down deep. About this thing, so I know I've got a bearing that's getting hot on it, you know, and what I'm finding is if I just slow down and talk a little bit, use it, you know, whatever it is, it seems like it's doing pretty good. Hey, Michael S. super fan, Matthew the happy car mungeon, Billy Shoemate the ice cream fan, and Last Bread Woodworks. Josh, what's going on? Glad to see you guys. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, and we'll keep digging. So we're gonna give him 2 bars, a layer of feather. That was this is kind of like our tuft cover here, right? And this is like some sprinkle paint. And realistically, I think there's like 3 layers. little owl in the nook. I mean, what'd it take me? 23 minutes, something like that. It's pretty good. And by the time you clear coat that guy, he'll pop. He'll look pretty nice in there. I'm gonna go ahead and go around the body real quick. And then, I mean, obviously I'm gonna do something else, so I'm not gonna quit at 23 minutes. I've got 2 different other options after this, so I'm gonna do one of them. Like I said. Digging him in there like that, it really made him pop. I mean, he really comes out really cool. So this piece here, we have a members giveaway coming up the last Friday of October. This will be one of the pieces that will be able to be selected. So let's make another piece. And what we do is every month, if you don't know, we give away members only. We give away a carving. It gets selected at random. And although last month we didn't do it randomly, we decided we pulled out a couple in mind and made them something. So here's what I got. I got this piece here. I could make another owl. I could make a trout. I got a lot of options. So I want to see, before I do anything, I want to see how this breaks. And I know somebody's going, oh, cringe, oh, cringe, oh, cringe. Don't break it. But yeah, I'm going to break it. Let's see how it breaks. Okay, well, I kind of figured that would happen because that was the thinnest piece. And that's got a big split in it, but you could still make a face out of that. You can still make a face out of that piece or something like that. And maybe that's what we need to do with this here. We'll make us a little face here and a beard going down through here. I don't know. But let's set this off to the side. And I don't know if these cracked or not. They didn't. Okay, they don't come apart. Let's turn this into a trout. And before we do it, 2 different things. I want to take this off. It might not be the easiest thing. I mean, that's okay. Maybe you throw on that one, doesn't it? I also had this piece over here sitting there that's kind of more ready, I guess. That's a pretty thick piece, and that's about realistic trout size. I think I'm gonna save this. This is more owl. To me, this is more owl. I think. I don't know, but kind of like this piece here. I mean, that's really cool. He's hidden inside of it, It looks pretty good. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make a trout out of this piece. Try to break some of these, or not this piece, that piece, dummy. We'll kind of draw him out like basic fish. I'm looking here how that's splintered and the crack runs through there. I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. If you haven't hit the like button already, be sure and hit it. Usually you would put just this here, this kind of thinking. So I'm going to have to dig this down quite a bit, and you can see the cracks in it, and try to peel them. That's never a bad idea. Getting right to it instead of to draw it on there and then come to find out it ain't going to stick. Or get some detail worked into it and then have to start over again because that was flaking off. And that's just something you got to be aware of when it comes to cottonwood work. You got to peel all that. Or try to peel it. And you can buff it. I mean, you can burn that off. Okay, let's clear that out of the way. Well, let's kind of draw a fish shape. Give it the tail. Tell you what I don't like. I think I'd rather buff this down, this section here out. I can't really draw it. I'm not happy with it anyway. So let's do it. Get out a KUTZALL burr. Nice hefty duty KUTZALL burr. Put that baby in there and we'll buff that whole piece down so we got something a little nicer to draw on. I'll have to put my mask back on. And I have a bad habit of just throwing the burrs on the table. And, you know, they end up down this hole. There's something down in this hole. I can't remember what I lost. But I lost one down in there here not too long ago. And I never did take it apart and try to get it. I just said to heck with it. I'll probably get on Susie Q's, running through Suzanne Henderson's KUTZALL way, and just order another one. Or Perry. You can get a few Perry now. How much I got that zoomed in? That's not bad. Okay, yeah. We'll go with it. Give a little torpedo look. That's gonna be trout. Kind of long. I call them silver bullets. Fish for these in the Clear Creek Metro Park. And oh, I love catching. They're fun. They're little. I caught one in there that was 19 inches, but most of them are like 12. Something like that. Not very good. But it's fun. Like a muskie right now. All right. Kind of give it too wide on it for now. The hard part with bark, getting this fin in there, always seems like you run out. So just kind of get an idea. I I don't know why, but it always seems like the carvings come out better than the drawings. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what we got. Anyway, let's dig it. Dig this baby out. Start around the edges. Positioning. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Digging that pretty deep around them fence because in the end you need to get down there pretty deep. But it's good. It's going good. I'm getting in there. Not too bad. Not too good. That said, y'all hit the like button. Dig that all around. Just get the fish nice and tight, and then we'll start working it down. The one I want is in this Dremel, so I'm going to use this. Okay. I got 3 Dremels over here. 2 of them I bought at a yard sale a couple weeks ago. And I was like, holy cow, you know, I mean, heck, I got bits and everything. This is like a common one that a lot of people would have this one at home, and I mean, it does a pretty good job. This is an old one though. $3.95, and I got some moldies over there. It's emphasized really good, and so for there I'm going to go ahead and we'll start cutting it down, get some detail in it. I'm not going to use this burr anymore. I'm going to use that. I'm trying to go back to that fine pointy burr I was using. Okay, yeah. This one right here, and just work the side now. This one here is actually a Bauer burr. You get it Harbor Freight in 1/8. I do not recommend you buy this burr. I'm just telling you. I'm using it. I understand I'm using it. I don't recommend it. Do what you want. So I'll give you an explanation. I'm going to go ahead and show you, because that would be accurate. Before I continue, I'm going to show you. Here's what I got. See how that shank? See how that shank has been cut? The shanks that come on these burrs are really soft. And first things first, if you're using one of these in a Dremel, you've got to choke these cheap burrs up all the way up against the thing, like I did. You seen how I put that in there? Because that shank comes twice as long as that. And what happened is it bent. And they come in a 2-pack and they both bent. And I ended up with a hole in my finger, and I would never, ever, ever recommend anybody buying one of these. That said, I learned what I did wrong. I learned my lesson. It is usable, but these things are super flimsy rods. And you gotta choke that burr up all the way up against there in the chuck. There we go. Okay. Just buy KUTZALL. Don't buy them things. Don't buy these LT books. The only reason I'm using this burr, the burr I really want, is in the Dremel. And I don't want to take it out. I want to use the flex shaft. That makes any sense. If it doesn't make any sense, I won't do it. That's my life. And I got that. Is KUTZALL is made in Michigan. Nothing else is made in Michigan that's worth having, but KUTZALL BURRS is worth having. So, just so you know, Michigan does have a China like not very many. Of course, I'm in Ohio State Buckeyes, I was there. Somebody from Michigan going, oh, that's it. I'm deleting this guy. I'm watching. I never see this guy again. I'm alright with that too. Yeah. Not everybody's gonna be a fan, you know. Whatever. That's all it is. One of my good buddies is a YouTuber. Good thing for having me. He said about this. The land's located woodwork. Some of these things you just gotta admit, you know, it is what it is. Let me zoom in there just a little bit more. Oh, Woody Hayes, he pushed a car 3 miles across the state line because he wouldn't spend money in Michigan. He hated Michigan so bad. But I guess if it's not in Ann Arbor, it's probably okay. Staying in the frame. Yeah, it looks like it. That's all. You couldn't ask for that to go any better. See how that stuff tips? I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast, you know. It's not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in there. Hey, we're almost up to 100. Awesome. That's been on there now. mean, that's a pretty cool, yet pretty primitive carving. Looks pretty neat. I think it looks pretty neat. I mean, pretty cool piece, really. Not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. You know, that's where we always try to be. So far, we got this guy right here. We got this guy right here. Got these two pieces. And these will be choices for our members live stream giveaway the last Friday of the month. And, you know, heck, it ain't even been an hour yet. So I got half a mind to whip something out of this piece too while I'm at it. But I'm not sure what. You know what I mean? Not sure what I want to put in there. Maybe maybe we could carve a little bear face in there or something, or carve an old man. Let me see what other pieces I got. How about this right here? This would be kind of a practice because while I've chainsaw carved a lot of bears in the last couple of years, I don't think I've made, yeah, I did make one early. And so I got some of this cute stuff like this guy here. You know, it's not too bad. Little raccoon, little Jake, you know, they're not cottonwood though. These are like pine or something like that. Pretty cute little stuff, you know. And of course, Jake and Jacqueline, you know, they're making out all the time, you know, that's why we got little Jake, right? Okay. Heck yeah. So I think, let's take and make this something. What the heck? I mean, we ain't even been on here an hour yet. And I got these two pieces done. So that's where I'm at with it. We'll make one more little piece out of this here. I'm just trying to think, what should it be? Let's try a little bear or something. Okay. Where is we'll go back to this one. And I'm just going to cut on it. We'll see what happens. How about that? You guys good with that? Y'all down with this? Oh, wait a minute. So, my fish, there's something wrong. Ain't got no eye. I drew an eye, and that's why he got me, because I never put one in it. Let's give this guy an eye real quick. Smallest man pop bird that we got. That's what it'll take. And then you hope that that's good and solid, because when you press down there, they like the skin come apart. But anyway, we'll give him an eyeball. Gotta have a fish that can see, right? Okay. I lost my mind. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. Okay. Yeah, I know. Shut up. We didn't come here to hear the singing there, dummy. Shut your mouth. Shut your pie hole. I keep going back and forth. I think I'm gonna try this one instead of that. I don't know. Maybe get a little face in there. Yeah, let's try a little man face in that piece. Okay. Something. I know, I'm indecisive today, right? I mean, but what can you expect? I mean, this will be like the 12th thing I've carved today. Got 3 pumpkins, an eagle, a bear, a raccoon. Them things, I guess it ain't 12. I'm exaggerating. Good. Hey, at least I'm honest about exaggerating, right? Let's see if I can get in a little closer. Okay. Get a little closer. if you just left him like that, you could call him a man with a COVID mask on, right? I don't know. Okay. I'm the man in the park. God. Wood spirits, because wood doesn't have a spirit. That said, have you noticed how typically these things always end up looking like some 14th century English dude? Well, except for DeLand's still in there. I'm assuming he probably is. All his end up looking like Gretchen Whitmer. But anyhow, let's get it done. I bought a shirt yesterday at a craft fair up in Butler, Ohio, and it says every mushroom is edible, just some of them are only edible once. I thought, such a true statement. but I want to use that tool. Does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna go to this one. That's the one I want. Okay, it just is what it is. I know, isn't that crazy? I keep hitting that button. Dust and watching how he does these faces. He takes and he gives these guys a lower lip popping out a little bit, and ever since I've started doing that in imitation of the way he would do these things, it's just been really neat how these things have come out. Hey, somebody gave me $2. Hey, I appreciate that. It's pretty awesome. 124 likes, we'll take it. 229 rubies. Hey, Heidi Shoop. Hey, glad to see you in there. Hey, Bill Shoop. Billy Shoemate. Glad to see you guys in there. Hey, Bill Shoop and Billy Shoemate. That's pretty close, isn't it? All right. Are you guys related? I don't know. Billy, I didn't have no ice cream today, unfortunately. I did have meat and potatoes and carrots. Literally. Awfully, hey, I don't know if it's all have to do. Whatever, it's really good. Good enough, I told her I'd eat it again tomorrow, and that's not like me, I hate nothing. Especially pasta. Oh, I hate pasta. whole family, they like pasta, you know. And you can't win them all. It's just the way it is. Okay, let me turn that off. I'm going to go to this one here, which this is one of them ones I got at yard sale. So it's the one I was just using. And hey, you know, whatever. They work. They all work. Hey, I spoke too soon. This was not wanting to work. What the heck, damn it? Hey, look at that. Working now. Okay. Eyeballs, like trying to give him any more lines in his face to make him look older or anything like that. Probably won't do that, but let's give him some eyes. I don't think I want to go as small as that fish. That'll give him some pop outs. I don't know. I say that, but I might decide they're too big. No, that's just right. I give him big old eyes. Yeah, big old eyes. Okay. Take this burger out here. Throw it back in the package. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. It's been pretty fun for me. But I got some stuff for to give away. I didn't have anything up until I made it. All right. Oh, I'm plugged. Yeah. pretty good. That's not too bad for that little tiny piece we had to work with. A pretty nice little piece. You know, and I mean, if you want to sell it, you're not going to get that much out of this thing. But that said, it's cool. It'd be a nice little piece to give away. So that's kind of a fun piece. So let's recap. Here's what we got. And I don't mean like a tire. Let's not recap tires, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. But here's our owl. Cool little owl piece. Dug in. He's really cool. Yeah, like he's really cool. I'm really happy with him. And then we got our trout. Come up pretty good. Cute little piece. It's all bark, just rough bark. And then let's face it. It looks pretty good. So, in our members only giveaway that we'll have in, man, I don't think I've ever got so many rubies. 339 rubies. Heck yeah, that's so awesome. Thumbs up from Michael. Bunch of thumbs up from Michael. Hey, I got a Sunday from William Shoup. Heck yeah, that's awesome. You guys are awesome. But anyway, these 3 pieces will be in our Friday night live, last Friday of the month. We always have a live stream and we do a member giveaway. And these pieces here are going to be the pieces. So I'll lay them out there like that, because I'm going to end up having to do a thumbnail here in a minute with these 3 pieces anyway. So that's what we got. Okay. All right, let me pull this off here real quick. Actually, let me shut this thing off real quick. Put my flip-flops back on, which is funny because my flip-flops were covered with cottonwood bark. That is the one downside. The cottonwood bark is just insanely dusty, and you can't get it all. I mean, I suppose you could if you had like this thing concaved. Hey, looky there, Michael sent off a gift membership. And who got it? Let's see who got it. I'm trying to read that. Eric Strickland, is that what that says? Heck yeah, welcome to being a member there, Eric. We're glad to have you. All right, and thanks, Michael, for doing that. Here, let me turn this fan off real quick. And if I hadn't shut all the lights and everything off out there and got everything buttoned up, I'd show you guys that eagle I made today. But I think I'll be out here tomorrow. Anyway, it just kind of is. Hey, Saeed, how's it going? Hello, glad to see you. All right, let's get this in here. But anyway, that's what we got. This beer's getting long, man. I miss getting long. It ain't bothering me a bit. I don't know about you. Let's see. That's what we got. That's what we got. Heck yeah, Michael, appreciate that. And yeah. Hey, Chucker, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate it. Heck yeah, glad to see all you guys in there. That's what we got for today, 129 likes. I'm pretty happy with that too. So I don't know. I think we'll be back in tomorrow. Here's the thing. Like I said, we come to find out, we figured we would get to do that show, but you just didn't know. Things seem kind of weird. And we literally got an email tonight said we're going to get to do that one. And on top of that, we know we got one for sure and another one we applied for the first weekend in December. So we got a lot of stuff going on, and I got nothing. I mean, now I'm up to, I had 4 pieces completed that we didn't sell, big pieces. I had 49, and we sold 3 yesterday. So 46 pieces, little pieces, but we only had 4 big pieces. Well, then just since then, this week, 1, 2, 3, 4, I got around 10, although they're not finished. I mean, there's stuff that's not finished, but I got a long way to go. You need to have about 50, you know what I mean? So around 100 pieces. And so I'm going to be busy this next month. This just kind of is what it is. But, you know, we did. We go out there and we're going to work. We can knock out a piece or 2 at a time. And, you know, 4 or 5 on a weekend day. I took yesterday off so me and the boss lady could actually go look at craft fairs and have a good time. We did that and checked out one that we were thinking about doing. We're going to apply for next year. It's a pretty big one, kind of like the one we did a couple weeks back. Hey, Shoops, I got the big balloon. No, it's another Sunday. Heck yeah, it's like a multicolored thing. That's pretty cool. Hey, I appreciate it. 389 rubies. That's pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever had that many. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the gift. And, oh, by the way, I'm going to have Heidi's, let me show you guys that real quick. You guys didn't see it. I emailed this to her, but the rest of you haven't seen it. Now, my painting is horrible. I'm just saying. Especially this little stuff. Let me take us over in the light. It's just a little easier to see. But we did paint this thing. the other day, Friday night, I think it was, something like that. And I sent a picture of it to Heidi, and I'm gonna try to get it out in the mail either tomorrow or worst case scenario Tuesday. Check this little guy out. Now, so a lot of y'all watched me carve this little thing last Friday, I believe it was. Or it was the last Friday of the month. We made this, heck yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. The gloves clap together. But anyway, this is the piece we made for Heidi. And this is the completed, well, we made it for William too, but really we made it for Heidi because she likes raccoons. And actually, Heidi, you'd like the chainsaw raccoon we made today. 494 rubies. That's awesome. Heck yeah. But that's it. Hey, baby kisses. What do you think of that? It looked pretty good. This one came out a lot better than the one I made for Susie, the bear. I think the paint job on this raccoon's better. And let's see. We'll bring in over here. Okay, we're going to play with our toys. Or, yeah. Hold on a minute. We're going to play with our toys. We got out, yeah, these guys. Hello, everybody. I'm William. I'm coming to hang out with you guys. And if you start to back talking me, I'll have to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Oh, okay, yeah. He's a rapper. Who knew? Anyway, this was the results of the joys of flex shaft carving and Dremel carving, man. You know, like this guy here. I don't know about that sign, but I just really like him. And I don't think I can part with him. I really like him. I know Michael or Belinda really liked him. And I thought about if I was going to give it to anybody, that's who it would go to. But I like him so much myself, I don't know that I could part with him. But hey, Michael, appreciate that happy poop, man. But anyway, he's welcoming these guys. And they'll probably attack him later. I don't know. Anyhow, how often do you see a grown man play with his carvings? I don't know. Anyway, that's what we got. All right, guys, I'm going to leave y'all alone. Hey, what we got here, William? It's a seal with a wind-up seal. Wow, that's really cool. Heck yeah, you guys are awesome. All right, guys, hey, I'm going to hit it. I think I'll be back tomorrow. No guarantees. I got a couple different things going on in the evening, but we need chainsaw carve stuff. So this stuff's probably going to be once a week on the flex shaft, although flex shaft has done me really good as far as videos and views go. Because it's something everybody can pick up and do, you know? I mean, this stuff, now you're wondering what the tape is there. I lost the ball. Somehow that thing still works. I don't know. And I got these other old ones here. And then I just happened to win. I think it's a 4,300 from William and Heidi, man. I mean, that's awesome. You can't beat that. But that said, I'm going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then we're going to have a short coming out Wednesday. But that's what I got. All right, gang. Y'all know the drill. Come back when you can stay later, yes.